Hey.
You know the routine, right? You familiar with it? This ain't your first rodeo?
No, this ain't my first rodeo. I hope not.
Man.
I've been in the seat before.
Hey.
My name is Nato. I'm from Fontana, born in San Bernardino, IE residence. I am the owner and founder of New Age Athletics. We specialize in athletic development with student athletes and non-student athletes. Also a poet, recording artist, entrepreneur, a lover of life. That's the best way to put it. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. What attracted me to the music industry? Being a fan, growing up, listening to music, listening to a lot of the artists my mom would listen to, a lot of like Latin-based artists. Seeing my dad just groove around to a lot of disco as my dad when I was like younger at 5. And just as I got older, just where music was going, I felt it wasn't going where I would love it to go. And rather than just complaining about it, I figured it'd be best to just do it and see what I could do and put my input into it. And I'm thankful that I actually stuck with it. And looking back at it now, it's a good ride. It's a great ride. That's what got me into the music industry. How I maintain my balance in all of it. I stopped wearing hats. I stopped trying to tone myself down in certain settings, and I just allowed myself to be who I am, my authentic self. Once I made that switch, it no longer felt like I was balancing in anything. It was just myself being who I am. And lately, I think the biggest thing that's been helping me to stay in sync with all that I do, first and foremost, I believe it's the people I'm surrounding myself with. They help me out a lot, even if they don't know on a daily basis, just seeing them get their work done. And I've been listening to a podcast right now, and the lady, she said, when you write a to-do list, majority of the time we don't finish that to-do list, and this stuck with me the most. And at the end of the day, she would go over that to-do list, and a few things she would ask herself is like, is this not a priority? Am I not putting the time in it? Or is this not the time to flourish, to be in flourishing with this goal that I have? And just listening to that really stuck out to me the most, because I feel as artists and entrepreneurs or anybody who's just a creative individual, I feel we put so much pressure on ourselves to create when we need to understand that we need to live and be in the moment of our own creation and allow other moments to be creative without it, just allowing natural things to create themselves. And I think that's what's allowed me to stay balanced and productive and pushing music and everything that I do forward as a business person, as a businessman, artist, MC, poet, all that.
Feeling gray, you must be late. Are we talking over dinner plates? Fuck today, gone tomorrow. Drinking shots off empty hollows. Got wisdom, I let you borrow. Hot wheels, I know deals. Heat change, I give thrills. Drink a NyQuil for the cheap pill. Watch how they congratulate. Sometimes fake love is the best hate. Not from Pomona, but you know I'm loud. Looking at my mama, I know she proud. Too much positivity, ignore the reality. Paints a picture, give you my possibilities. Killing off me, about to be on TV. For personality, I let you run game just to prove I don't run with lames. And if you take that personal, drink tea with your insecurities. Been told I'm cocky, guess you never watch me. Got fans every time out, they come out ask for me. Running in this mad world, caught up by a bad word. Make a living off world, hoping you recite words. Running in this mad world, caught up by a bad word. Make a living off world, hoping you recite words. What tomorrow goes, we really never know. Have faith on your path when times heavy, just dance. Where tomorrow goes, we really never know. Have faith on your path when times are heavy, just dance. Hey, 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 dance, 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 dance. Hey, 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 hey. Hope for the best you'll live today. Grasping green, not the type to regret these. I took my L, flipped it to a W. Watch as you choke out your baby mama by the throat. Sing along, can't you hear the note? Tired of this rap shit, just to say you rap shit. Guess top with singers. Need me a beamer. Check my demeanor. Way heavy, looking leaner. As much as I want her, I don't really need her. Just a moment in time spent writing a rhyme. Hey, pimpin', you still covered by the dime. I got a 10, I fell in love on her eyes. She kissing on me, got me melting out the sky. Out a body, yeah, I'm feeling fine. Hey, 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 pimpin', you still covered by the dime. I got a 10, I fell in love on her eyes. She kissing on me, got me melting out the sky. Out a body, but I'm feeling fine.
I actually started, man, 2000. I don't. Whew. I think this is going on my 5th year now, if I think about it correctly. Yeah, no, 24, 28. Yeah, 5 years now. I started off performing at the Poetry Lounge. That was my very first performance in LA. And as a poet, it's probably in the area, and I will honestly say America. No, not America. Let's just say California for sure. I know that. Probably one of the biggest poetry open mic venues in the area. And that space gave me the confidence in my poetry, but also as a performing artist. And later on, I always knew I was gonna get into like rapping and other artistry outlets that use my voice. I just felt being a spoken word artist gave me more confidence in my wordplay and without the beat. And I started that, and it just transitioned into me finding myself as a rapper, as an artist. So I think it's been 5 years. 5 years now. It's been a great ride, and I'm looking forward to the next 5 to 10 to 15, 20 years of all this. What inspires me to continue this, I tell people life, and they say it's too broad of an answer, but it's just simple. It's a simple answer, but it could be in depth. The reason why I say life is because a lot of my music represents my life and who I am as an individual. And I literally like find inspiration in everything, like just walking my dog, chilling with my dog after walks, with my athletes, talking to them. Just in the music that I'm around too. My dad has a big play in my music. My mom, my brother, my sister have a big influence into my music, but more importantly into my drive, if anything else. If I could say like a few artists that I look up to, I would probably say Miguel. Lately, honestly, like I hate to say this, but it's the truth. I never was big into Nipsey until his passing. And lately, I've been literally bumping Victory Lap every day for the past 3 months and getting ready for what I'm about to do in the powerlifting competition. So just him, and just getting back to like listening to like Earth, Wind and Fire lately, and just those type of actual like music, that kind of sound appreciation. So I want to say that all is what it keeps me going and inspires me to create more and more music. I think the biggest fear that I ever had, I was not the stage presence of it all. Like looking at my childhood, like I was always that kid who was always okay with just being out there. And sometimes like even like dances that's, for the school that I went to, like I was always the one and just doing it, like in charge of everything. So that's never been an issue. I think from going from a poet to a rap, even though to me I think they're the same in one thing, just different forms of expression, I just thought there was going to be a point of not acceptance or just being like, oh, you're a poet trying to fit in with a group of rappers, because the poetry scene and the rap scene, two different things. But I think that fear was taken away when I performed for Mosenraf and Hip Hop Awareness Festival. I was one of the only poets there, and there was a bunch of just like literally just rappers, and I performed a poem, and it was cool because there was like just about probably 40 to 50 people in the backyard. And when I got on, like when there's a beat playing, people will be quiet. They'll respect the beat and let the artist go about it. And when people are talking, the beat will drown them out. But it was cool because people just kept on talking and talking and talking, and I didn't want to stop, so I just kept being more assertive and more aggressive with what I was saying. And I think that point where everybody just literally stopped what they were doing and just turned around and were like, oh crap, and it just getting that recognition, that oh shit, that head nod, that moment just changed everything for me. But I would say that was my biggest fear getting into it. Yeah. The day I decided to really just put 110% behind it, I think, man, if I'm not mistaken, this was when like I really started writing a poetry off the, like, just literally starting to write like 4 to 5 stanzas or bars, however you want to refer to it. It came to me like just quickly and easy. And I remember one time I was writing about my vision, because I have horrible vision. Like, I wear contacts and glasses. And I was writing about how blind I am. And I like really just broke down in tears. And that moment was like, I'm going to do this because I feel like there's a deep connection with it and I want to pursue it. And that moment, I felt parts of me were really alive. And since then, like, I really feel parts of me are really in full flourish and existence with what I believe in and who I am as an individual. So it was a great emotional experience, saying I'm going to go through with it, and actually, you know, looking back now, like, yeah, I'm glad I made that decision. I'm glad I'm following through with it. I think the biggest test that I've ever had in this music stuff, it wasn't even around like involving music yet. It was when I first got into poetry, I was asked to perform in Sacramento. A lot of people don't know this. I never really talked about it. I was asked to perform in Sacramento for a lobbyist event. And this is about the time it feels like we're always in this time zone though, where a lot of the police brutality was going on. And I had 2 poems called Dying Kids and Dear Brother from Another Mother. And the community loved it. And they're 2 powerful poems, man, like very powerful poems. I remember when we got off the bus, and it was cool because like I was the only, I'm the only Latino with a bunch of my brothers, and that was powerful because I feel hip hop is literally just, brothers just coming together, and I feel like being a part of it now gives me a lot of it makes me feel like who I really am and giving a message that supports everybody. But I think the biggest test was when I got off the bus. There was literally sheriffs all over the place, and I was scared. And I think my homegirl, she said, like, you're good, like, you're here with us, you're here for a reason, you're here for a purpose. And at that moment, just like like, I have the video on Instagram, like, I literally it's like something clicked. I'm like, damn, like, she's right. I'm here really saying a great message and helping the community on a deeper level. I think that moment was kind of like that test for me, like, is this really what I'm going to do right now? Am I really going to say what I'm going to say about police brutality in front of the state capitol building, in front of sheriffs? And there's a possibility, yeah, it's my freedom of speech, but there's a possibility I might, there's consequences to it, even if it's our freedom. And that moment really I think that was a test, and I passed it. So I'm glad you asked that question, though. That was a good question. Having bigger goals. Back then, I never had a goal to perform at a lobbyist event. I never had goals to start. It was just, I don't want this to be a goal-setting thing. I want this just to be fun. And the first 2 to 3 years, it was that. But then I started to realize, okay, how do I get to point A to point B to point C and clear all the way through the alphabet the same way I did with New Age Athletics? So I started having goals, working on a project with Josue, working on our next project with Josue, so already 2 projects in, and just bigger things, like, like I actually I had a campaign for Coachella this year. Due to COVID, it didn't happen, and I'm still going to follow through with it, was to actually take, so my goal is to perform at Coachella 2022, and I was actually going to take like full-on shirts. I haven't told Dre and Cam about this, and I've been telling a lot of people, wanted to take shirts with the actual album cover in the front, with actual physical copies, business cards, all that. And literally on the back of the shirt, it was going to say Nato for Coachella 2022. And I was literally just going to hand it to people. And stuff like that is what keeps me going. And I tell everybody, like, at the end of the day, if that doesn't happen, I have full faith it will. But more importantly, it's the fact that I'm willing to put myself out there. I think that's the biggest thing of it all. And anybody should, if you're listening to this and you have a big goal like that, you do it. Put it out there. Get a plan. Execute it. Put yourself around those people. it's crazy because when I started talking about it more, one of my good friends, he actually does artist development, and he has a few artists that have performed at Coachella. So it's kind of crazy. Like, it's not crazy. I threw it out there, and then the right people just started showing up. So stuff like that, and just wanting to be a world-renowned artist, man. That's what pushes me. That's the truth. Yeah.
This song's called Walking Dead. It's about everybody who just follows directions without even questioning it all. Let me tell you how the story goes. In my past, I don't know. Josue made the beat, it spoke to my soul. Josue made the beat, it spoke to my soul. I need it all, I need it all. Feed my addictions, video vixens. Half naked baked in the kitchen, cooking healthy, got me in the mood. Don't blame your sign of the moon. This real life, homie, not the cartoons. This real life, homie, not the cartoons. Power up, level up. Once you upgrade, you can't get enough. Doing it for the thrill of the rush. The way the crowd moves, they in love. The way the crowd moves, they in love. Tell me you want more. Tell me you want on the floor. Tell me you want more. Tell me you want me dead on the floor. Walking dead in my head. Feeding ducks, they need bread. Take my venom to your head. Wonder why I'm upset. Hey, wonder why I'm upset. Feeding ducks, they need bread. Take my venom to your head. Walking dead in my head. Wind is pressing, she's undressing. Here's a list of confessions. I was late on rant, I threw up a few times. Still learning to address mine. Swear it's about time. Hey, new season is breathing down with snow. Insert survival amongst friendly rivals. Feel like my words carry rifles. Down with your eyes closed. I swear I should've just freestyled this. I'm a monster, I'm a monster. I got an agenda, real not splendor. She's a lender, you don't remember. Broken fender, mixing with Henny, favorite blender. Already taste November, but I need heat. May I speak as I read? Jump out your seats, jump out your seats, jump out your seats, jump out your seats, jump out your seat, jump out your seat, jump out your seat, jump out your seat. Cause the walking dead in my head. Feeding ducks, they need bread. Take my venom to your head. Wonder why I'm upset. Hey, 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 hey. Cause the walking dead's in my head. Feeding ducks, hey, they need bread. Take my venom through your head. Walking dead in my head. Hey.
My reward in this is me being who the hell I am. It's me being selfish. Music is my selfishness. Music is me being unapologetic. Music is me truly expressing myself, my aggression, my emotions, my frustrations, everything. New Age Athletics is not, I don't even say I. I hate saying I when speaking on that. It's a we thing. But music, why? It's my fulfillment. Literally just because I'm doing it and I love doing it. That's it.
Why do you say it's selfish though?
Because it's oh man, I say it's selfish because I get to put all I have into it, and nobody's allowed to tell me I can't. And I gave myself that permission. At the end of the day, like, it's selfish, but it's a selfless act, because it's a beautiful thing when you go performing at a high school and you have young kids who are in a space where they're looking for the extra outlet of success and how another entrepreneur created without education. And when you have them still following you and still like DMing you like, hey, your post or your music, I still listen to it. It's that in return is a selfless act. That's why I call it selfish for me, because I'm really able to put myself out there. It's for my own, like, it's for myself, because I need to hear this. but in that return, that selfishness is also rewarded with a selfless act because I'm giving it to people. So that's why. Well, I mean, if you just we just watched it right now, it's adrenaline. It's like it's hard to explain. Like just on my way here, I haven't felt this in a while, and I missed it. It's like the moment of, it's like I'll say self doubt because we aim to be perfect. We rehearse, we spend so much time on it, but there's still that butterfly feeling, and I'm thankful to still have that. But after every performance, it's just adrenaline. Like I have to isolate myself. I have to get out of the room. I have to just breathe through it. It's an adrenaline rush, man. It's addicting. It's fun. It's powerful, and it's like a great feeling I look forward to. And if I haven't performed in a while, it just gets more amped and amped and amped, and to a point, some nights I can't even sleep. To me, to make it in this industry, it's not the accolades, it's not the finances, it's the simple. I live by this quote. Now, I don't know if anyone's ever said this. I'm if no one's ever said it, I said it first, I suppose. This is like my tag. I could say, you could say, inspire generation upon generation and leave a blueprint all across the globe. And that's to me, that is my success. That is what I'm after. That's what I see success for myself, it being able to have this message and be able to spread it all across the globe and give young men and women the tools they need to find their own success. I'm on that path. I'm literally doing that every day, and it's a very beautiful thing. Looking back at just the music my mom, dad used to play, and my neighbors too listen to a lot of rock and metal, and just talking with you, it's crazy. And it's not crazy. I'll put it this way: I used to love watching Kendrick and J. Cole do radio interviews, to a point where like I just sit there for like hours watching them, to a point where like I was on a radio interview for poetry, and it was kind of like, damn, like this is really how it gets done. Like there's no one way to get there. So just knowing that I'm doing this with you, it shows the growth. It shows the consistency and the work ethic that I love to be able to say that makes me who I am. And I love, we've had multiple conversations over the years, and there's always that consistent dialogue in them all, but there is that sense of like, I want to say the more we speak to each other about it, I feel like the more affirmative, the more confident it is. And I want to say the confidence in my approach to writing, in the confidence in my vocals, in the confidence in my wordplay, in the confidence in my beat production with Josue and the other producers I'm working with, I feel like all of it together has grown tremendously, a tremendous amount to be honest. I would give to any artist or anybody just trying to make a name for themselves, you're going to have people who want you to do a certain way. You're going to have people who listen to certain artists and have their favorite sounds from their favorite artists, and they're going to tell you, hey, you need to do this or you need to do that. And some of them have great intentions, and I'm pretty sure they all mean great intentions. I'm pretty sure they want to see you prosper. There's a reason why they're telling you. But I will honestly say, stick to your intuition. If you deeply feel inside that whatever sound you have, even if people don't like it at first and it's raw, work towards that sound. Because if you try to mimic anybody, you mimic people because you idolize them. To me, to sit here and say I didn't sound like my favorite artist, or to even sit here I probably don't sound like my favorite artist, I'd probably be lying to you, because there is similarities in my favorite artistry, music. I look up to all these artists that I want to be like, so of course I take a lot from them. But I strongly would say, be who the hell you are, and don't even try to fake it for nobody, because that gives you your own lane. Rather than trying to be in everybody else's lane, trying to sound like this guy or that guy, you literally have your own lane, your own sound, your own crowd, the audience, your own people. So just find whatever you feel you should sound like, work on that. And if somebody says that, there's people who told me that in this room that I'm in that didn't like how I sounded, eventually over time, and I appreciate it, because that truth gave me more motivation to sound who I wanted to sound like and sound like myself more. And that's the best advice I could give to you. And don't stop. Whatever you do not stop. It's going to take time. There's only 5 years in. And I'm looking forward, like I said on this interview, I'm looking forward to the next 10 to 15, 20 years of this. I'm not trying to be here for another 3 years, 8 years, have an artist as a career and call it quits and call it a day. Like, nah, this is something that I'm gonna do till the day I die. Yeah. Is it recorded? Can this part still be part of the question answer?
Yeah.
There should be people that and to coincide with the answer, you want to be around people who have a great ear. I have music mentors. I don't know if some of them know JMKM, Link, Noah, a few Josue, a few other people. Like, they have a sound. They're around music all the time. Don't be afraid to ask those individuals. Don't you ask anybody, but don't take it all with a grain of salt. But if you trust somebody who's in a position to help you out, listen to him. And honestly, I'm thankful he told me that, because ever since then, like, that moment really, it didn't piss me off. Like, it just made me motivated to do better. So yeah, don't take anything personal. Don't take anything personally. I go by the name of Nato. You could find my Instagram at I am New Age Takeover. I have a link tree there. It has all my music, all my content from my podcast that I do, from my coaching. You can find that at New Age Athletics. That's my business brand. I'm on Twitter at New Age Takeover. And that's about it, man. Thank you, Untapped Hip Hop, for having me. I appreciate it. Yeah, man, go get what's yours, man. This last track is called Tonight. It's one of my favorite songs. It's how I end every set. The goal is to get everybody just saying "we on tonight" and bouncing around. Let's go and run that. Even though you know it's fake, you probably think it's real. I'm losing all my senses, really kinda hard to feel. Throwing up, wasted all the pills, threw up, gave myself the I gave myself the I gave myself the I gave myself the Price tags call me off on my jet lag. What's a price tag? If I wrote the price tag, at this point I'm just playing tag. Walk around my city feels mad. All these eyes look sad. Switching sides, I guess we switching sides. Switching sides, I guess we switching sides. Take out the whip, I need to ride. Ghost Rider, my favorite dish. Kinda futuristic with this wrist you can't miss. Hotter than the wish list. Sipping out the bitches. So deep, you revisit wounds. I cover pain with stitches. What's her name? They call her by a mistress. Had to head to LA just so you could witness greatness amongst the fakeness. I speak more than blank faces. Right lines cover faces. Get my ass on bigger stages. Alchemy, I got magic in my pages. My dreams force me to grow up. They outside raging. We on tonight. Come on, let's go. We on tonight. Let's go. We on tonight. One more time. We on tonight. And then everybody just gon' bounce left. We gon' bounce right. What? Bounce left. We gon' bounce right. Yeah. Bounce left. We gon' bounce right. What? Bounce left. We gon' bounce right. Yeah. Bounce left. We gon' bounce right. What? Bounce left. We gon' bounce right. Yeah. You gon' bounce left. We gon' bounce right. You gon' bounce left. I need your girl to shake her ass. I need your girl to make me cash. So fucking arrogant with my consciousness. I bet you know what time it is. I think it's time we make it big in Pasadena. That's where I wanna live. Smell the roses before they die. Eat healthy, ignore the super size. Once known as that poet guy. Now I'm that rapping guy. This ain't a cat, but she living fine. You can see the future in my eyes. All my wanting down for every day that I grind. Gears of war, my car is overboard. I got the galaxy in my head. Call me Star-Lord. Eternally, I'm battling some real wars. Don't ask me what I do this for. Link gave me one beat. Tell him I need 5 more. I never been to a strip club, but I wanna see it pour. All while doing splits on the floor to show you whose mind state is truly poor. Holding on to my saintlyhood, cause I need it more. 2 more times, ready? We on tonight. One more time. We
On tonight, one more time, we on tonight. Yeah, everybody in the building goes, bounce left, we gon' bounce right, what? Bounce left, we gon' bounce right, yeah. Bounce left, we gon' bounce right, what? Bounce left, we gon' bounce right, yeah. Bounce left, we gon' bounce right, what? Bounce left, we gon' bounce right, gon' bounce left, we gon' bounce right, gon' bounce left, we gon' bounce right, hey. That was fun.